Good afternoon, everybody, and thanks for tuning in today. This is CRCC Asia's March webinar, The Guide to Successful Networking in China. In this month's webinar, we're going to be focusing on how to maximize your internship in China through networking. We've talked to professionals in the field, managers and supervisors from our host companies, and past alumni who've shared their tips and advice about the specific nature of networking in China. And we're bringing you a quick and easy guide to how to be successful in developing your professional network. Now, in case you missed last month's webinar on our latest China opportunity, I wanted to share that you can catch the Coding and Bootcamp webinar on our YouTube page. So in February, we launched our Coding and Marketing Bootcamp program, which is a great new program in partnership with the BSD Academy, and includes a 2-week coding and digital marketing intensive course followed by a 6 or 10-week internship to apply your skills. And this is located in our Shenzhen location. It's a great innovative program if you're looking to either get some new knowledge or brush up on your skills in a crash course and applicable internship. You can find more information on our website or tune into our webinar on our YouTube page. But for this week, without further ado, we'll be going over the top 10 tips for networking in China, the programs available through CRCC Asia that will get you to China and practice your professional development skills, leave time at the end for some Q&A, and we hope that you'll take away from this webinar the key aspects of Chinese business culture, know how to understand and efficiently and successfully network in China, and gain knowledge of our internship opportunities available in China. Now, if you look on the Google Hangout page, you will see that there is a Q&A page that you can input any questions in. So feel free to add in questions throughout the presentation that you might have, and we can take a look at it at the end. The first important concept to understanding Chinese business culture is guanxi, the system of social networks and influential relationships that facilitate business and other dealings. So guanxi directly translates into relationships and is a central idea in Chinese society. In your personal life, guanxi could be your personal connection with another person or a network of personal contacts, which allow you to get and receive personal favors. So they're your strong network of people that you can rely on when you need personal favors, and you would be obligated to reciprocate as well. In a business context, the personal relationships in your professional network help you to get projects done within your company, as well as set up new business ventures. Many times in China, businesses will partner when two people from different companies have relationships with each other. So it really is about trust when it comes to professional relationships in China, and you develop this through the personal contacts that you make. Guanxi, because of this, guanxi is essential in working in China. Most business is done through relationships and networks, as I've said. Two great quotes that will describe guanxi is, it's not what you know, it's who you know, and to do business, we must first be friends. So professional relationships and networking are very big in the United States and are really becoming popular, and this idea really originated and is very emphasized in China. So some quick tips that you will want to know during your time in China to build these relationships in the guanxi is presenting business cards. And those who invest in time and energy into building their guanxi in China will reap the most rewards in the long run. So keep your business cards handy that we provide you at CRCC Asia and really take advantage of building your network while in China. The next concept that we look at is mianxi, which translates to face. It's an essential cultural concept that must be understood in China. It roughly translates to respect in Western societies, and it's about understanding who to respect, respecting the hierarchy that is established in China, and it should not be underestimated. So it's a very important concept And it's important to know in business and your personal relationships how to give face, who to give face to, and how you might receive face. Certain things like this is understanding to give face to your superiors. A good way to do this is toasting during dining. If you're at a dinner, toast to your host, to your boss who's taken you out, really showing that you recognize this and this good gesture and that you're respecting them. At work, other important facets of Mianzi is dining. The seating arrangement in a dining situation is extremely important. Who sits at the head of the table is a big part of the dining experience, not to be underestimated. And also answering questions during dining. That leads us to dining etiquette. Food and dining is an important aspect of Chinese culture, so you can expect to be taken out to eat by colleagues and friends. Ordering expensive and rare dishes are common practice, and accepting invitations is a way of showing respect. So definitely take advantage of the invitations that you receive, as it is a way to show that you respect them and that you're honoring them by being present at dinner. Moving forward, respect delicacies. So you're going to be in a new place, and there's going to be some weird dishes. Don't be afraid to try something new, and don't be immediately disgusted by if it's a strange new dish that you're maybe not familiar with. Brush up on some common delicacies that you might expect to eat in China, and definitely feel free to go out of your comfort zone and try a few dishes. Drinks will flow freely during these meals, and there will be lots of toasts. Again, another good way to show face and respect. Be sure to toast your host. After dinner activities. So you can expect that after the meal, there's going to be another activity following that. KTV, which is karaoke, is a popular social event in Chinese culture and often takes place after dinner. Make sure you have a few old hits up your sleeve to impress your hosts. Learn the lingo. So you're going to be in a foreign country, and most people are going to speak English, but most people are going to speak English. The locations that you'll be interning, if it's a large and populous city, most people are going to likely know a little bit of the English language, but attempting to understand their culture and learning Mandarin will go a long way in creating respect for you from your bosses and your colleagues, as well as impressing them that you've bothered to learn their own culture. So learn a few simple groups to impress your supervisor and coworkers on your first day. If you're using an interpreter, make sure to use short and clear sentences. Use the most common version of the word, so saying company rather than firm. And keep eye contact with the person you're communicating with and not the interpreter. That shows respect to the person that you're speaking with, and the interpreter will still be able to understand your language and repeat back what you're saying. And think local. Take the time to research where you are and understand the Chinese culture. Build a Chinese website and print Chinese brochures for your company and or your own profile. Attend local networking functions as much as possible. Engage with Chinese social media firms, and always bring your business cards with you. Again, we go back to developing the guangxi and personal networks. Exchanging of business cards is a very important etiquette for that. So branching out there and taking advantage of the local opportunities to network will help maximize your time in China and develop that professional network. Most importantly, be respectful. Be respectful of sensitive issues such as Taiwan, Tibet, Tiananmen, China's human rights record, and pollution. You are within their own country, and every country has their own controversial issues. And as a tourist, we don't want to be coming in and bombarding them with our opinions. In general, the Chinese are very patriotic, so be respectful of the culture and seek to understand before making judgments. If you aren't sure whether a topic is sensitive or not, keep to polite small talk. And do your research. China is undergoing fast-paced development on a large scale. Rules and regulations are going to change quickly, so it's important to know the policies and the laws that are in the country that you're going to be living in. China is very diverse, so culture, geography, and economic development can change massively from city to city and region to region. So if you've been to China before but are going to a new city, take the time to do your research and really learn what the country is, what the city is about, what you can expect. And take a long-term view from your professional networking. As with all networking, the relationships you build are likely not going to help you immediately, but are going to be there for the future. So nurturing a fruitful relationship with a Chinese company often requires repeat contact and cultural understanding to build up trust. So similar to an internship here, build that relationship with your supervisor while you're on the ground and gather their email numbers and emails and numbers so that you can stay in touch with them. Continue to build that relationship, and if you ever return to China someday, you'll have that professional network to help you. Be self-aware and realistic. Remember that today's banquets, karaoke, and patience could be the turning point for a profitable relationship in the future. So remember, it's all about who you know, and building that portfolio of people that could really benefit you in the future is going to be great to come graduation when you're seeking a job. Now, as an intern on CRCC Asia's China internship program, we've developed a program that includes all that you'll need to be successful professionally in China. So if you're looking to go to China or an opportunity to really build your professional network in China, if you haven't done so already, I would consider CRCC Asia's China internship program. We're a full-service internship provider and provides the internship in the sector of your choice, an English-speaking supervisor, business visa processing and support, pre-departure assistance, airport pickup upon arrival, international hotel accommodations, an induction course and cultural training when you get there. So you'll get a full orientation of what to expect. So it's that research component, knowing what you're going into and getting a better understanding of the city and culture. We have a formal welcome banquet to celebrate your time in China. As you'll see here, you'll see a picture of some of our previous interns at their time in China. We give you a welcome packet with a SIM card and city guide. We offer Mandarin lessons so that you do get that crash course and know a few terms to use both inside your internship and during your interactions in China. We offer 24 support and guidance, social events, and a business seminar so that you can meet people in the professional network as well as develop social contacts and build that personal network. We offer a personal volunteer charity day trip, networking opportunities, access into our alumni network, and a CRCC Asia certificate of completion. So this whole program helps you to maximize your time while in China, really develop yourself professionally, build your personal contacts from all over the world, from our interns that arrive from all over the world, as well as get to meet others currently working in the field in China. Our internships are in 3 amazing locations in Beijing, Shanghai, and Shenzhen, which are very large and developing cities within China. Beijing has some of our most top legal sector placements. Shanghai is home to finance and accounting, as well as a great bit of media and creative industries opportunities. And Shenzhen is considered the Silicon Valley of China, so very strong in manufacturing and in all types of engineering. These are just some of the few partner companies that we work with to pair our interns with during their time in China. We work with over 400 partner companies, some including the BBC, Yinke, the Canada-China Business Council, and eBaotech. All of our companies are either international companies with China locations or Chinese companies with a very international focus. All of our interns will be supervised by English-speaking supervisors, so Mandarin language is not a requirement, but again, we have those Mandarin language classes so that you can develop your skills in China. That concludes our webinar, but some great resources for you to build on some of the tips that we've discussed here. We've discussed getting the most out of your internship, which helps you to achieve a cultural understanding of China and their business practices, learn about the different roles and industries, take advantage of every opportunity, develop important professional skills for your future career, become a global citizen, expand your social and professional network. So your internship program with CRCC Asia is designed to do just that. We've also included a quick tip of how to maximize your time and get the most out of your internships while you're in China, and I'm happy to share that following the webinar. And that concludes our informational part of the webinar. Only we have a bit of time for questions. If anyone has any questions here, let me pull this up. Well, while we wait for questions, let me see if I can pull up this YouTube video of our interns in China. If you see some of the pictures here, these are our interns enjoying their time in China, going to KTV at our welcome banquet. Well, it doesn't look like I'm able to pull up this video. But if you go to our YouTube website, you can see some of the great videos that we have advertising opportunities in China and the great professional development, great ways you can develop your professional network and your professional opportunities in China. So one of the great ones we have here is our CRCC internship video, which gives you an idea of what it's like on the ground for an intern. I'm happy to post that in the link to our webinar so you can get some great resources as well. Thank you for tuning in. If you have any further questions, feel free to contact CRCC Asia by visiting our contacts page on our website. That concludes our webinar for today, and you have a great day.